we go.
Hello everyone, this is John with Money on the Floor Currency Trader, and I wanted to go over my trading on Thursday night into Friday. I learned a lot and I wanted to see if you guys had learned anything from it. If not, I'm still going to show you my story because maybe it does go with something else that you've dealt with, and that's going to be human nature. Remember, the markets, they trade against human nature, and human nature is probably the worst thing that we can bring into our trading, and it was proven to me on Thursday and Friday. So on Thursday and Friday, we were trading along in the trade room, doing fine. We had a nice little up move. We traded that up, made a little bit of money. I was very happy. The market went sideways, and still we probably should have stayed out of this area, but I did take a couple buy trades and I lost. Took another couple buy trades and I lost. And then it finally broke out, and because of this number here, this all zeros, 260000, which was just below this, I couldn't get it quite on that number, but that number, I was too scared to trade into that number, thinking we were going to bounce. So therefore I did not take a trade into that, because human nature tells me that you would be a bumbling idiot to trade into that, and it bounces off of that, and all you're going to do is lose money. So instead, I did the opposite. I thought I outsmarted the markets. I saw this number, I saw it pull back, and got in for the sell and thought it was working well until it exploded these next three candles, which took me for a full stop loss and ruined the rest of my night. So therefore, I'd already had losers in here, and it lost a lot of money, basically. I mean, it really sucked and put me mentally in a bad spot. And then Friday came and I thought, okay, the market had pulled down, and I thought maybe it would go down, and I put I think a one or two sells in here, but it went up again anyway. So I did make a buy in here early in the day, but then it came down here selling, and I sold like crazy, just selling, being very smart about my selling, letting the trailing stops kick in, then putting in more. And yeah, I did make quite a bit. But the problem is I didn't stop at the bottom. It started pulling back. I said, well, it's just a pullback. We're going to continue. And it did continue until it exploded back up. And then we start thinking maybe double top. We're going back down. So there it is, double top. We're pulling back down, and exploded back up the rest of the day. So it was pretty bad. And after that, I was pretty much done. And then it did pull back down, but then went back up the rest of the day. So I think this was actually where I put on all the heavy trading. So I don't think this here was later. This here was later in the evening, so I was sleeping at this time. But I did see this go down, so I did put my trades in the morning, and it wiped out my trades to stop loss, and then it kept going up. And this is where I put on the heavy trading on New York, because I saw it going down. I said, this is it. This is the turnaround we were wanting. We have an M formation. I did heavy selling in here, which I made very good money. But then it started going up, and I said, okay, I kept holding it, thinking we're still going down, and that was a mistake. I should have closed my losses. That's just human error, not wanting to give in to the system. And then it went up, made a double top, and I thought for sure I had it, and we started going down again just to find out, no, it's just still going up. This market did nothing but go up and then go sideways and left me into even worse mess. So, which there was no coming back from. So now the account is, I lost too much money at that point. Very frustrating. But this happens to most, actually, I'd say all traders, I'm sure. Because that's how the market works. It works against our human nature. So now I did get angry and I was mad, but then I always want to reflect and go back over my trades and then come back with a better way of dealing with it. And the way of dealing with it was I was on the wrong system. This system works, but I wasn't able to follow it, obviously. So therefore I got to can the system. I got to find a better system. And I had one that was already in the works, which I did like, and I should have stuck with it, but I didn't. But let me go over that system and how I refined it so that I can stick with it, and the new rules that I'm looking forward to trading with into the coming future, because I don't want that to ever happen again. There was nothing but money in this trade, but I didn't get it. So that was the question. What can we do different? And this is what I've done. I've gone back to the template that we had was for the prop passer, and which worked great, which I never should have got away from, but I did, because I'm always trying to innovate and come up with other stuff. But you can't get away with this one. On the 15-minute chart, this is the best template. But you got to remember, on this chart, when you're in a buy situation and you're above the 50, really all we're doing is we're buying away from the 50, selling back to the 50. So don't think you're going to go any lower. You hit the 50, you get out, and then you either buy it back up and then you sell it back down, which you didn't have a sell here. Actually, there has been no more sells. So really what's really been going on. So if we go back to the anywhere you would like, here's a sideways market. This is where we want to stay out. This is where it exploded up, trying to trick people. I think this was the news trade that we had that was later on at night. And it went up and then came back down, went sideways, came back out. Well, what did it do? It went away from the 50 to the 50. Here was a great trade right here. Everything was green. Everything crossed above the 50. That is a definite buy. You exit on the skull and crossbones. You made a double top. You trade it back to the 50. It doesn't get any easier than that. But I wasn't doing that. But this time I will be doing this because this is what I'm going to be doing. So after that, it came back down, gave a buy signal. It was not a buy until it went up above the 50, which is right here. And you really shouldn't buy until we get a confirmation. But if you did, it's fine. You were still okay. It went up and then came back to the 50 again. Sideways move. This is where it explodes up. This great buy right here went all the way up. Ignore that 2600. I mean, you know it's there. You know it could turn around, so you're ready for it, but it didn't. It pulled down and then exploded. So the idea is don't let major support resistance, anything mess with you. Be ready for it. Know that it's there. I mean, put it there so that you know it's there and be worried about it, sure, because you know you could be bouncing. You need to be, but you'd already be in profit as you hit that. So if you did start to come back down, which you did, if you were to break anything and telling you that you were anything red, like back in here, anything like this, you turn red, you would exit. But we never got anything like that in here on a 15-minute chart. I don't know if we would have got it on a 5. Let's take a look. But I don't usually trade a 5. You should be on the 15 is going to give you the best results. But let's see where it was. That was right in here. No, we had a little bit right here where maybe you would have exited here, possibly. But if you would have been watching the 15, everything is saying up. Everything's saying up. You wouldn't have got this. So it did pull back and then went up. So that's why all my decision making I can trade the 15, but all my decision making will be on the 15. And I can look at the 5 to see what's going on, but my decision making needs to be on the 15. Otherwise, you're getting false reads, and that's too low a time frame, and that's the problem. Even though, like right here, like right in here, it was all buy. There was no reason to think anything of it until way here at the top. Here's where it told you that we're going back to the 50. So if you would have done this, you would have made nothing but money. So instead, I lost money. I did nothing but lose money. So that was the problem. And the little bit that I did make throughout the trading, I gave it all back. So especially in here, I had a great day trading down, and then I gave it all back. So next time I will definitely be listening to this system, and it's hopefully going to not have that happen anymore. So, you know, the market makes some trades easy, like back in here. We had some really nice, easy trades all the way up, all the way down. But then the market gets difficult, and these were the days that were difficult, was in here. But in all reality, it really wasn't difficult. We made it difficult. So that's really what I'm here to share with you. So I'm hoping, you know, see how you traded, see what happened to you. I'm just being honest, and this is what I'm doing to fix my trading for the better and to make sure it doesn't happen again, because I usually make, you know, $300 to $500 every day, maybe even thousands of dollars, but today I gave away all the money. So that day here, these two evenings, the evening and the morning, which was the Friday, I gave it away when really I should have been making money. So this is what I'm going to stick to from now on. This is what I'm doing. I'm sharing it with you. And if you like this system and you want to learn more about it, I will leave the link below. And definitely, if you join my trade room, you will get my system. You'll get all my indicators. You get all my philosophies. And then we actually get to trade together, and I teach you how to use them. So it's really worth it to join one of the trade rooms and go from there and learn. And even if you don't stay, it's not for you. Maybe you don't have time, or it's not something you really want to be involved in a trade room, and I understand that. But it is nice to come to a room where we're all looking at the same idea. We're all looking at the same money. So if you have any doubts, like, hey, we're hitting this 2600, and from now on, I'll be saying, yes, that is a strong number, but the chart is saying up. So therefore, mentally, we can't be scared. We can be ready and prepared to exit. Maybe if you want to exit when you hit that, and then possibly ready to get back in afterwards, that's fine. But don't be thinking about selling it until we get a sell signal, which we had no sell signals. Wasn't even a true sell signal here. We're just a back to the 50. So because it's just that right there, the one, not the bottom, that means it's just a retracement. So you can take this trade down to the 50, but exit as soon as it hits the 50 and get out, and then up you went. You were back on track. So we would have made nothing but money if we traded it like that. And that's how we're going to be trading it from now on. So I'm sharing this with everybody. So if you had any similar situations or if you're confused about trading, or you need, this is the enlightenment that I needed to keep me on track. So we all need that, a kick in the pants. I definitely had it. Maybe it was in the front, but I feel like I crumbled up pretty good with that kick. So now I'm coming back strong, and this is how I'm doing it. So I'm sharing this with you. So if you're looking for a system, an edge, something to give you clarity on your trading, whether you should be buying or you should be selling, and you want to learn from somebody that's actually making money in the markets, that's trying to go forward, that's trying to make a living doing this, I am the place for you. Just so you understand, there's not too many people where you can go in there and actually see them trade live and trade with them and learn with them. So this is definitely the spot. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Let's make money in the markets and let's get this turned around. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.